Hey loves, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my top Sephora sale recommendations. These are all the things that I think are totally worth the splurge. So I'm going to take you guys through my beauty room and I'm going to do this kind of vlogging shopping style and show you all my favorites in each category. I've done so many full face get ready with me's with these products because I love them so much and you guys have seen these a million times. So I will link a few videos where I used these down below in the description box if you're interested. But in the meantime, grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it because I'm going to put you on to all the goodies. First favorite is the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. This gives such good hold without any flakes. It's a really nice formula. And I love a good eye primer, and the one from Rare Beauty is also really nice. This also lasts forever, to be honest. I don't really stock up on this very often because I feel like the whole thing will last me like over a year, but it's nice because it does have some pigment to it, so it is going to lightly conceal any veins or discoloration that you have on your lids, but it dries down to a soft matte finish and it's perfect for all of your eyeshadows to make them pop and not crease. Now for eyeshadows, you already knew this was coming. Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. If you love neutrals, this one's for you. I love everything about this palette. Ever since I picked this up back in the fall time, I want to say it was around September, this has been in rotation for me. The formula is so nice. It's smooth, buttery, pigmented, and it genuinely is my favorite palette in my collection because you have all your staples. These are super matte, and I love that it's an all matte palette. This is literally the best matte white. I also love the black in here, and then you get 2 cream shades too. So it's all around perfect. I think also if you're a makeup artist or just in general, if you love neutrals, I feel like this is the only palette that you need. It's so good. But if you want to splurge but you don't want to splurge that much, I totally get it. And I really like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. So I'm gonna do a little comparison. I don't think it's identical. It's like obviously a smaller palette and everything, but there are some tones in here that are similar to Patrick Ta. So of course there are shimmers in the ABH one, but they're still so pretty. They're very metallic-y, and I love how you get the black, the brown, you get like a soft taupey brown, a little warm shade in there, and then this gray is also really nice. I've been actually really loving gray eyeshadows, but it's still a really cute palette and I love how compact it is. So this is also a winner, 10 out of 10. And will I ever stop talking about the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bombs? No. The shade How Many Carats is a gorgeous sheer silvery white, the perfect glitter that you can put over any eyeshadow look. It's literally the best and it's huge, so it's honestly gonna last you a really long time. And then I didn't really love this shade too much at first, but I have been really into it the last few weeks, and this one is in the shade Rose Rave. This one is a little bit less sparkly than How Many Carats, but it's still a beautiful neutral pink glitter, and this is what they look like swatched. I just love how sheer these are because you can top them over anything and they just elevate any eyeshadow look. Fenty, we need more colors. I would love a gold version. Honestly, I would love so many different colors in these. They're beautiful. Speaking of glitter, something else that I love is the Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadows, but specifically this color right here in Ray. I have a lot of shades, but this one is my top favorite color. This is truly a pigmented glittery eyeshadow. So again, if you love glitter, this one is gorgeous. So these from Hourglass are kind of like a hybrid between a very metallic-y eyeshadow with glitter. But this also looks beautiful topped over other like neutral brown eyeshadows. It looks really good too on a lot of different skin tones. It's a nice shade. Moving into a complexion, I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite setting sprays first because I usually like to use some of these sometimes before I put primers on just to really hydrate and prep the skin. Starting off with the first one that I love, this one is the LYS Natural Finish Spray. I love the fine mist that this has. Let me show you. Actually, it's so good. I love this brand in general, but the mist just goes on so nicely and it leaves a nice natural matte finish that's not too drying, but it still does a nice job at marinating your makeup and just making everything look really skin-like and not too powdery. So I think you would really like this if you have more combo, maybe normal oily skin. And of course, the One Size Until Dawn waterproof setting spray. This is just that. It's hairspray for your face. It's intense, so it's definitely something that I like to save for more glam looks or special occasions, but it's really nice. And if you have dry skin, I highly recommend the Rare Beauty 4-in-1 Mist. This also has a really fine mist and it's refreshing, it's hydrating, but it's not too much, like too dewy. It doesn't make your face greasy. It's very lightweight. I love this to prep my skin and also to set my makeup after whenever I want like a natural glowy finish. Moving into primers, I love the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. This actually makes your skin look so silky smooth, and it pairs really nicely with the House Labs foundation, which is another favorite that we're going to get into, but it's amazing. And I also love the Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer from Milk Makeup. This is great if you have combo or oily skin. It is intense, but it does a really nice job at actually smoothing and mattifying your skin. Now let's get into skin tints and foundations. Starting off with a new favorite skin tint. This one is from IT Cosmetics. It is the CC Plus Natural Matte. I have this one in a couple different shades because I was like in between different colors, but this one is in medium. This gives such beautiful coverage. It lasts a really long time as well, and it really is a natural matte CC cream. It pretty much gives coverage like a foundation, but it feels lightweight like a skin tint, and I love that there's skincare and SPF in this, so it's a really good just everyday makeup kind of product. The glowy version is also really good, but surprisingly the matte is not too matte on my skin. It looks so smooth and blurring. I think it's gonna be perfect for the summertime, but I've been using it for like everyday makeup and I love it. And then of course, I always have to recommend my Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. This one's in the shade 250 Light Medium Neutral. Everything about this foundation is perfection. The finish, the coverage, the way that it wears. I cannot rave about this enough. I forgot to mention the Say Beauty Super Glow Gel. This one's in the shade Star Glow. It also comes in a bronzy shade that I'm actually debating getting now for the summer, but this is a beautiful, very sheer primer, but it just enhances your natural skin in the best way. It gives a pretty glow. So if you like glowy makeup, you're definitely gonna love this. And I just put a little bit of that super glowy gel right on the back of my hand. You can see how it's just glistening, but it's not glittery. It really is such a nice base product, or even mixing it in because it's so thin, so it's not gonna add any coverage. It's just gonna really give you a pretty glow. I have way too many favorite concealers, but my newest obsession has been this Fenty Beauty We're Even concealer. It is so hydrating and pretty, and it has really nice coverage. For me, any concealer that I use is gonna crease and settle into my fine lines. It's just normal, but with this one, it's not excessive, and it still looks really smooth. I mean, as smooth as possible, even after a full day of wearing it. It's a really nice formula. I like this one more than their original concealer. The hydrating version is it. Another really hydrating concealer, it's actually even a little bit more kind of serum-y than the one from Fenty, is the one from Tower 28. This one's also really nice and also has really nice coverage as well. So this one is in the color MDR. So it's kind of like skincare and makeup mixed, which I love. If you like a little bit more of a natural finish with medium to full coverage, the Haus Labs one is beautiful. It's very skin-like, but the formula is buildable and it's moussey, but it melts into the skin and looks really smooth as well. Now powders, and this light is really exposing the fact that I really need to clean in here. These products are so dusty, but they're very loved. And there's always makeup flying everywhere in here. But anyways, I'm gonna give you guys 3 different options for pressed powders. I know it's extra, but I gotta give you the options. Starting off with my everything, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Press Powder. This one is the lightest shade in One Fair, and I love how airbrushed this truly makes your skin look. I love it for the under eyes. I love it to set my makeup, for touch-ups. It is beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorites, especially whenever I'm doing glam, because it really smooths you out, and it's a must for me in my makeup routine. Really nice formula. Another powder I love is the LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. This one's in the shade Resilience, which is translucent. So this is for those of you who want a matte finish, but you want it to still be skin-like and natural. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury powder, it's not natural. You know, like when you put it on, it's not cakey, but you can tell you're wearing makeup. You know what I mean? Because it's so smooth. This one from LYS, it smooths you out, but it's natural at the same time. It's not overly matte. So I think if you have more dry skin, you could actually get away with using this because it's not going to be as intense as the one from Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like the one from Charlotte Tilbury keeps me matte also a little bit longer, whereas this one I might have to touch up more frequently, but it's still really pretty at removing shine and setting your makeup down, but still looking very lightweight. Now, if you're like, I have dry skin and I do not want a matte powder, this one from Kosas is amazing. This sets your makeup down and makes you look so airbrushed, but it still looks like your skin. It doesn't look matte at all. It's almost like a just very natural finish powder. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, but even more lightweight than that. So I love this one. And this one is the Feathery Cloud Set Powder. Now for loose powder, I love the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, and I'm so happy that she just announced that she is coming out with the fragrance-free version, because I love the fragrance, but it is very strong. But this is super matte, very brightening, especially the Cherry Blossom shade, which is the light pink. But she also has the Peach Pie version, which is a little bit more neutral. There's a couple other shades as well, but it is a beautiful, very matte, very smoothing powder. Definitely ideal for my oily combo skin friends, but it is stunning. It's a really good formula. And if you want a soft matte powder that's a little bit more lightweight than the one from Huda Beauty, the translucent setting powder from Hourglass is literally just like the name. It's like a veil on the skin. It gives you the most beautiful soft matte airbrushed finish. It looks great in photos. This is the big size, but they also have a mini size which will last you a while. So if you don't want to commit to the big one, I get it, but it is flawless. Of course, I can't do a Sephora video without talking about the Patrick Ta cream and powder blush duo. Everything about this is perfection. I actually want to get a new shade for the summertime, but this is a beautiful formula and it's truly the best bang for your buck. I love that you get a cream and a powder in one, and this one is in She's That Girl. This is just the most perfect pink. And this is my perfect blush. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Sublime Flush. I know I've been using this a lot, but it really brings the makeup together and it gives this really natural glow. Look at that color. It's like a nice hybrid of pink and peach. It looks really nice on its own too. You don't even have to layer it. It has really good lasting power. And if you like luminous blushes or blush toppers, definitely check out the new Rare Beauty Luminous Blushes. These are my top 3 favorites: Joy, Cheer, and Happy. They have a really nice, smooth, silky formula. Very long wearing as well. You can use them on their own or top it over other blushes, but they're super vibrant, very luminous. So it's truly for those of you who like to glow, but this formula is really pretty. Please be careful though. These do break easily, just like the highlighters, because they are so silky. So just be mindful. Probably wouldn't recommend traveling with them. Just make sure you don't drop it, but I still really like the colors and formula. And the Haus Labs Bio Radiant Gel Powdered Highlighter in the shade Rose Quartz is another really pretty blush topper. This one is kind of like Happy from Rare Beauty, but it's a little bit more icy and sheer when you put it on the skin, but I love the finish of these. They have the best formula. And if you loved the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills, you have to try the Glow Seeker highlighter in Sun Idol. This is the most gorgeous golden shade. I mean, the swatch pretty much speaks for itself. This is the most beautiful golden bronzy highlighter, and apparently it's also universally flattering. I believe it because, I mean, it really is the perfect shade of light gold, and it's not too much, but it's just enough. And now for lips, Rare Beauty Kind Words lip liners. These are, I think, some of the most affordable yet long wearing lip liners at Sephora. First color I have is Bold, which is a gorgeous wearable sheer red. Strong is brown. Gifted is like a mid brown shade, and then Wise is a neutral brown. Don't mind the leftover eyeshadow and glitter, but those are the 4 colors. These are so creamy, and the shade Wise is my most used, but I love the other colors as well. They have a few other pink shades, but these are perfect with so many different glosses and lipsticks. Also always love the Lip Cheat lip liners from Charlotte Tilbury. From left to right, I have Iconic Nude, the perfect neutral nude, Love Trap, it's a nice neutral rose, and Foxy Brown, which is a deep chocolate brown. So those are the 3 shades: Iconic Nude, Love Trap, and Foxy Brown. Also love this formula and it lasts really well. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liners are also beautiful. Cool Brown and Muted Mauve are my 2 most used shades at the moment, but they have a ton of other colors that are really nice as well. And these are wooden, so you have to sharpen them, but they still glide on the lips. So there is Cool Brown on the left, and on the right, Muted Mauve. Muted Mauve is a little bit similar to Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, by the way, but I love this formula. And my favorite gloss formula is from Fenty. They just have the best shades. I like just their original gloss bombs, but they also have cream ones that are great, ones that are more lip plumping, and they just have such pretty shades. First, I have the color Fussy, which is a nice kind of milky pink. It looks a little bit mixed up with other shades because I use it over a ton of my lip combos, but then Diamond Milk is a nice sheer with glitter, and then Hot Chocolate is a sheer chocolate brown. And those are the 3 colors right there. They look so good, topped over lip liner. So Diamond Milk, Fussy, and Hot Chocolate. But they have tons of other really good shades. And they're super smooth. They smell amazing. I really like these. I'm also in love with these Milk Makeup lip oil glosses, and they're milky, creamy. They're the perfect amount of pigment and shine. And these colors are actually really wearable. Even the blue one, I know it looks really icy, but it's really pretty light, sparkly baby blue. I'm gonna do some swatches. So those are some swatches. They have a really, like I said, good amount of pigment and just a very high shine finish. I love these. So those are my top Sephora favorites. If you guys have any other things that you are loving or that you recommend, definitely let us know down below in the comments. I love your recommendations. And a lot of the things that I love now are actually because of you, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye!